they've gone back to the base level of what it should be. And overall, like something that I've been happy about, like you had alluded to earlier, is they've just been really quick at trying to come up with some of these fixes. Like there from weekend one, there was a lot of things to come from it and people liked and disliked, and they made a lot of those changes, which was good. So the overall game itself, I think, is
Welcome everyone to episode 140 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
and I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
Dude, I'm doing good. I can't complain. It's a beautiful day right now. We're
It
hanging
is.
in there. Yeah, thank God. Like I woke up, I got to turn the heat on in my house, which is making me sad because now that bill is going to be through the roof. I'm not happy about that. But nah, man, it was good. I had a nice time with the family this morning. Got some errands to run. It's been another glorious weekend of Call of Duty too, though, which is nice.
It has been.
But how you been, man?
I've been good. We've been grinding a lot of COD. So
Dude, we've been playing a lot this past, honestly, the past 3 days, we've been on the hustle big time.
Yeah, not the COD that we want to play. We've been playing
No.
MW2 guys, but we also got some time with the beta too.
Yeah, we got plenty of time with it.
Yeah, we're trying to hit that max level of 1250 for you guys and us.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, we've said it in the last episode, and we were looking through it, like, I wonder if people who are listening have felt the same thing, because, man, we just, like, I mean, I know you feel the same way. I cannot and I will not stop playing this game until I see that 1250 number.
Mhm.
I'm literally looking at my screen right now. I'm 1164. I just hit it.
Yeah.
And every level that I hit, I'm just like, we're almost there. I'm doing the math. I'm like, dude, that's less than 100 levels left. That's less than 100.
Yeah.
You know?
Because we set the deadline of hitting it by the end of the month for you guys, so then we can get our MW2 review out, and we're gonna hit it. But I guarantee you that most people, they've already stopped playing. Which, I mean, it's no surprise. We've got like some OCD.
Yeah, I don't think many people. Once like we get to the last, I don't know, maybe last season or so, people probably stop playing. But I don't know what it is that makes people stop playing. Like, you know what I mean? Like what the true fall off point is for people.
I think it's just it's just repetitive, and like, I don't know, the game at the end of the day, this game's not as fun as MW3.
No.
So people stop. But also, like, I'm very much in like anything I do, if I start something, I'm finishing it regardless. Like, it doesn't matter if the outcome's bad or good or whatever. Like, I'm finishing it, which is why, like, I do a game of COD and I have like another game on the side. Like, I have so many games I want to play, but if I don't finish it, I'm not starting the next one. I'm not going to start and then just give up.
Yeah, like we're like that with the single player games too, you know? Like I know how you are, bro. Like you've got AC Valhalla right now, and like
Yeah.
Mirage is out. Everyone wants to be playing that, but I know you're like, bro, I refuse. I will not play that. And I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Like I won't. I still have to play Valhalla. I haven't even touched that game, but I will not play Mirage until I play that game, you know?
Yeah.
Like whether I platinum's a different story, but just
Yeah.
like I got to beat the game.
Yeah. You'll probably. I haven't seen anything of Mirage, but I have seen that it's really short. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I get to play Valhalla a little bit and like have something to play for a while. Because if I hop on and play Mirage and beat it in like 3-4 days, like a week, realistically, that's like completely different of what, you know, we're used to.
Yeah, how long
like,
is that game
now what?
it's supposed to be? Do you know? Like
16
on average?
hours.
16 hours?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's it. And that's like, you know, the average person. So we probably can beat it within like 12.
Yeah.
Something like that. So.
Do you think that there should be, for AAA titles that are going to be charging, granted, this game we're talking about, AC Mirage, is only, I think, $50. But if they're going to be in the 50 to 70, the AAA title, do you think there should be like a minimum amount of gameplay time on the game?
I mean, like, I don't think so. They could have charged $70 for this game, but they didn't, which I'm glad about. As long as the story's good, you know. Like, I haven't heard anything about this game, so if it's 16 hours and it's only $50, that, you know, those 16 hours could be really good. So,
yeah, I guess that's where I'm at too. Like, I think it's quality over quantity. when
Yeah,
it comes to pretty
because
much any game.
the I know we're going tangent, but like
That's all right.
the other Assassin's Creeds, like Odyssey, and Origins, like those games are good, but it's definitely there's way more quantity of stuff that you have to do. But
Yeah.
that's just the nature of open world games.
Yeah, I think with when you get into the realm of like RPG and just like open world games,
Hmm.
that amount of time that you can put in, I mean, it's obviously just going to be player dependent.
Hmm.
Um, but like people say the same thing with COD, you know, like I mean, you could put into multiplayer, like, man, we got friends on here who they're level 70, level
Hmm.
80, you know, they played like what is that, $1 a level,
Yeah.
basically. And then there's
Yeah.
us like you just yesterday, you told me you hit how many hours now?
It's a little over 700 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the math work out to like
That's
money
like
per
30
hour?
days. Oh, money per
Yeah.
hour. I mean,
Who knows?
I don't know, but it's definitely in the cents. It's under a
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah,
Probably
legit.
pennies.
So it works out, you know? It's like
Yeah.
that's the only way I go or reason I can see why, like, I mean, we've talked about it last time, people
Hmm.
complaining about the $70 mark for this game, which
Yeah.
I will say the more I play this game, the more I agree with that $70 price tag.
For MW3 or
Yeah.
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 Because a lot of people were thinking, and we were too, that it was going to be a reskin of
Hmm.
MW2, and
Hmm.
in some ways it is, but
Hmm.
overall, the way that those two games play, in my opinion, they're way different.
Yeah, no, it's definitely is different. I know last episode I talked about how it is similar. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know the more that we play, we get more experience on it. But I remember when I loaded into weekend one of the beta, I'm like, wow, this is MW2. It looks like MW2. It doesn't feel like MW2 or like play like MW2. But you literally load in and it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it is a new game, but also granted, like we're just so used to when we get a new game, new UI, like it doesn't look the same. The feeling is significantly like different. This
yeah.
this COD is just sped up slightly.
Yeah, I mean, great. Now we go like since we've been talking about, we've been going from MW2 to 3 and backwards. Um, this game just it's so much faster. I don't know about
Mm,
you, but it kind of gives me like Infinite Warfare vibes when I play this game. Like there's something about it. I don't know what it
mhm.
is. Do you feel that at
This
all?
I mean, I never played Infinite Warfare, so
Yeah.
I this game to me just feels like it does feel like MW19. It is like a hybrid of MW19 and MW2, but I don't know. I just feel like I can't play this game like how I normally play COD. That makes sense. But that just might be
Explain.
because it's like the beta. I don't know, like my play style. It's I can get cracked out, but I don't like playing like that.
Do you think we're too old for this game, bro?
No, I don't think we're too old. I don't like I wanna like hold a heady sometimes. And I don't know. Like I don't want to be finessed by I see a guy on a heady, I shoot him in the head, and then he slide cancels like into the corner. Like you can get away from so much stuff, especially with the health being 150 now. Which
Yeah.
again, not complaining. I like this more than MW2 rather than getting bursted like 3 bullets and it's a immediate headshot.
Yeah,
Uh,
I prefer it too. I mean, it definitely there's a give and take. I like when
mhm.
it works for me, but then
Yeah.
there's sometimes where I whiff a kill and I lose
Mhm.
my mind because I'm like, dude, how did I not get that kill?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
And like I do like it. I'm just saying like my play style, I don't like how I get into a better position than someone else and I know I outplayed them, but when I'm shooting my shots or whatever, they're able to finesse a little bit more to get out, even though I'm in the better position. I'm like, well, that sucks. But also you can just say, well, just hit all of your shots. And I'm like, yeah, that is true. And I can do the same exact thing with someone else. Because when we were playing last night, there were plenty of times on high rise that I should have died. But I was able to like slide cancel finesse out. And I'm
Right.
like, that wouldn't have happened in the original MW2.
Right.
Like that was a kill.
Yeah, I would say, like, when you're talking about your play style, which again, like, you're mainly an AR, and like you said, you like to play like holding spots, holding angles. I think part of that too from the first week, it's very difficult to do that on those maps that we were playing,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, especially those maps and just the speed of the game. Because
Yeah.
like I do like it's weird. I like to play an AR and a sub a lot, like I as a flex as you can call it.
Mhm.
But the way that I play both positions is like I just like to cut off everyone.
Right.
Like I'm not the sub where I'm in your face 100%, but I'll be like at a distance. I'll bait everyone, and then I will
Right.
get the kill.
Yeah.
MW2, I don't know. I don't know. The Vaz just flows so well on that game. And
Yeah.
then this again, I mean, I don't have everything completely unlocked for the striker, but that gun is super good. But in this game, if you like slide in into like 2 to 3 people and they're decent, you're probably gonna die. Like you can't finesse.
Yeah. No, I definitely noticed that from last night we were playing. We played for like what, like 2.5 hours last night or so,
Hmm.
something around there. I felt like going from MW2 where I could have the Vaz or like using, I don't know, one of like the ARs or any other sub, honestly, there's a chance like because of my skill, I could get away with like a 2 or 3 piece. In this
Hmm.
game, I find it a lot harder, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like there was a lot of times I would see 2, 3 people and I would try to get them and I would like maybe get one guy,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
I don't know
and
what that comes down to in the movement, or it's just came across the wrong guys. We're playing at midnight, like who knows?
mhm. Yeah, I think the movement too in this game it's so much faster. So I feel
Yeah,
like I have to go when I mean you've seen my play style. Like when we're playing ranked, I usually get like if there are 3 guys and I know where they are, I'll get two and then I slow down, and
yeah,
then I'll just like hold. I'll ADS like somewhere where I know someone is. In this, it's so fast. I feel like I have to keep going. Like I'll get
yeah,
two and I got to sprint, but when I try to slow down, it doesn't work.
yeah. Dude, playing as a sub in this game for me is like, I mean, last night I really didn't use the striker that much because
Hmm.
to me that's so fast. It's almost like
Yeah,
too fast, Like I have to get used to that. Um,
yeah.
Like, that
Especially
kind of
that's the
movement
maps.
is just oh, yeah, no, it
The
definitely is
maps.
the maps, especially too, like, bro, when we're playing Favela and I'm using
Hmm.
that, striker, like,
Hmm.
dude, I am like, there's sometimes I'm on the high and I think, like, I'm gonna be in the next montage or phase, and then there's
Hmm.
other times where I'm just in the blender, like, die, 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 die,
Yeah,
I can't get anything going.
yeah. I mean, like I would say right now, this MW3 is just an AR game.
Yeah,
Like everyone uses MCW, which that gun's a laser, but I'm the sub is crazy. Like I use the
yeah,
striker a lot on used it on high rise and I used it on Rust. And
mhm,
that thing kills, I swear, just as fast as the MCW.
yeah,
But I think right now everyone's just using the MCW mainly. But I feel like every year, like you and I are always like, oh, it's an AR game, and we start off as ARs, and then it just completely transitions to subs.
yeah, I mean, and we have to think too, which we'll talk about in a minute as a big plus that's gone on with the game so far. There's nerfs and there's patches that come in and change certain guns that make them more viable. Um,
Hmm.
so like right now, I mean, like you said, that gun, like the ACR basically for everybody, that gun is insane. Like
Yeah.
that thing has zero recoil. Um, and like you can get a couple attachments on there. I was using one of the damage barrels. I can't remember the exact name of it. It helps out a good amount.
Hmm.
But who knows how long that gun is gonna be like that, if it's gonna stay like that for the foreseeable future, or
Hmm.
if it's gonna get nerfed into oblivion, or the striker's gonna get buffed, or whatever may happen.
Yeah.
That it may change how these guns are, and then we'll be like, "Yo, let's try this gun out. It may be good now."
Yeah. I I didn't even use a lot of attachments on the MCW. Like I didn't. I feel like it kills just as fast without the
Yeah.
damage. But then there are times too where it felt like I was shooting pebbles. And then the
Yeah.
striker, like I don't know, maybe it's this game. There's no recoil on any weapons.
No,
I
there's
swear to
none.
God. Like
Yeah.
the striker is basically the MCW, like right now,
Yeah.
in terms of accuracy. It doesn't
This
move.
this is what they got perfect from the original MW2, everybody.
Yeah.
Like, all the guns are lasers.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, that MCW is literally the Volk from Vanguard.
Yeah.
I mean, it is there's 0 recoil on that gun, and like you said, you have no attachments on that thing.
Mhm.
You got no problem with recoil at
Yeah.
all. You know?
Yeah. And I think, I mean, not that I want to nerf it, but I think a good way to nerf it is to just slow down the speed of the MCW, like being able to like pick it up, like or dropping it down from tac sprint and stuff.
Mhm.
Because I would say the majority of the time, every single person in the game was running the MCW.
Yeah.
Um, Granted, I was still beaming with the striker because I'm telling you guys, like if you use a striker, you have the right attachments on it. It's like the MCW.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, it's like anything though, you know, you get used to it over time and can fry
Mhm.
with that gun. I mean, we were
Yeah.
just talking about that yesterday with what's the new gun that's in MW2? Uh it's like that not the TAC V, it's some other gun that just got added. It's one of the ARs. You know what I'm talking about? It's they just
The
added it.
the FAMAS looking thing.
Yeah, it's like one of the later FAMASs that you get.
Oh, the
I
TR
can't
forty
remember.
six.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure yeah, that gun. Like, same thing. That gun is so good, but if you're not a
Mhm.
good player, you will struggle with that gun because of the
Yeah,
recoil, you know? But for
yeah, yeah,
us, it's like
yeah.
we have no problem controlling recoil,
Mhm.
so that gun is broken,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. You give a weapon to anybody that can shoot really straight,
Mhm.
and you're giving someone the MCW or striker that has no recoil already.
Right.
It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
um, but I am interested to see how this will affect like you and me when we play ranked.
Mhm.
How the because from how we've played so far, I really think we're both gonna. We always start off with the ARs, just testing it out, and then we're gonna
Right.
go straight into the subs. Eventually,
Mhm.
that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, certain maps, like, I mean, granted, so we'll mention something too, obviously, if you did not get a chance to play it, is that they added high rise,
mhm,
um, for weekend 2 of the beta. Um, like, high rise, I mean, mainly an AR map, I would say. That's, like, predominantly the style that you're gonna wanna be playing or, like, you know, just kinda playing at range. It's more common to do that. Um,
mhm,
but I don't know, again, because of the guns in this game and, like, how good they are, like, subs and ARs, I don't feel like you're at a real disadvantage if you're using a sub. Like you said, you're using the striker on that map, and you're still like I
mhm.
remember you were top of the leaderboards, like, more than once on that map.
Yeah, you just gotta again, you gotta adjust how to.
Yeah.
You can definitely use a sub on a high rise. There are
Yeah.
like clearly like some maps, Estate, for example, not a good sub map. I mean, you can
Not
probably get
ideal.
away with it, but primarily everyone's going to use an AR. But you
Yeah.
can get away with the sub on high rise. You can
Yeah.
get away with favela too if you just stay away from the rooftops.
Yeah. How do you think they did on the remake of, High Rise in this game?
I mean, I thought they nailed it.
Yeah,
It's
perfect.
the same. Um, it just plays faster.
Yeah.
So
I well, it's something that they did too, or that, like, a thing that they didn't do that I was really happy about, we talked about it a while ago, is, dude, the amount of doors, it's so minimal.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
crazy. I
yeah.
thought they were gonna ruin these maps with doors, and you look
Hmm.
at them, and there's, like there's very, very few. It doesn't
There
ruin the
was
flow
a
of the map at all.
there was a clip or a short that we posted on TikTok or Instagram Reels that we were talking about doors. We were like, hopefully they don't ruin it with doors.
Mhm.
And we mentioned like they shouldn't just because the original maps in general, there aren't that many places where they can put doors. And they
Yep.
haven't. So
Yeah.
that's always a win.
Yeah, dude, thank God they listened to our episode there. They saw the short, bro,
I
and they
know.
changed it.
Yeah. Um and yeah, from weekend one though, they did like update and like add some stuff that we
Mhm.
can talk about. Like for
Yeah.
example, I mentioned the slide canceling delay. They fixed that. There's still a slight delay, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's
Big time.
still there, but it's faster. So I'm happy about that. And they added nameplates to help with the visibility that we were complaining about.
Dude, this was a massive W
Yeah.
because, bro, playing some of these maps, like, we were complaining about Estate and Favela in particular. Favela hasn't gotten much better, but
Yeah.
seeing on those maps was insane. Last night playing Estate was such a better experience, in my
Mhm.
opinion, you
Yeah.
know? And just in general, I mean, the visibility is so much better now. Just adding something so simple as that, it makes the quality of life 1,000 times better.
Yeah, instead of just seeing, like, a red dot above an enemy, you can actually see their name tags. Way, way
Yeah.
easier. Um, it does make the visibility better, but I will say it's still maybe it's just that map. It's still, like, tough. I don't know what else
Yeah.
they could do to add, but regardless, we were doing fine.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple settings that our friend had told us about to help out with, like, just I don't know, it's almost like the saturation and, like, color correction that's in the game itself.
Mhm.
Um, it helped a little bit for sure.
Mhm.
Um, I I don't think it made, like, the biggest difference in the world. I was playing a different game from it.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm sure that depends too on, like, what you've got for gear, like, what kind of monitor you got and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
that'll play a role into it, but yeah, I do agree. The visibility did get better from week 1 to week 2, but
Mhm.
it's still not, it's not ideal.
Yeah. Like, I didn't change mine. My, like, settings or anything, I kept it, default, and
Yeah,
mainly because I just don't wanna go into, like, all the settings and change stuff. I'll just keep it how it is. I'll keep it as
right.
default because my thing, like I've already mentioned it, the CODs now have way, way too many settings, and we're trying to customize everything to where it's like a one size fits all to everyone, and that's not the case. And if you want that to be the case, you have to keep everything default or just not have those settings in general. So I don't want to go and like tune everything for myself just because. Like, what if I wanna we go to Helix and we go play COD there? All my settings are like messed up.
Right.
Like, okay, like all the
Yeah,
colors are completely wrong, and I'm like, dude, like I know I'm good. I'm just gonna keep everything at default. I'm gonna fry on default. I don't want to keep changing everything.
Yeah, I think if you bank on, like, your whole game revolving around certain settings that you got in the game and you gotta spend
Mhm.
5-10 minutes to play around with them, I mean, it's unnecessary. I
Yeah.
do agree. It's cool to have this stuff in the game, as to, like, changing what you would want as a player, but it does overcomplicate things. It's just like with the actual gameplay itself, you're gonna add in 90,000 attachments and weapon
Hmm.
tuning and all this stuff. Like, yeah, it's good in the sense that it adds more to the game,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, it makes things way more complicated, and overall, it's gonna make it more difficult for people to get around.
Yeah, like all the settings and stuff. It's just so annoying to me because ever since they made COD go on PC, you have all these insane settings. And I'm like, yeah, it's great because you can adjust everything.
Right,
But you go on like YouTube and Twitter and you see everyone like, oh, these are all my settings. That's great. But that's not a one size fits all. And like I always avoid those stuff because I don't want to like shadow what I think and be like, oh wait, these settings have to be good because like Scump uses it. It's
right.
probably really, really good for him, but it doesn't necessarily mean like I'll feel very comfortable on it. The only stuff that I feel like it's really, really good value is when people put out like the class setups and stuff. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But when you start tweaking, like, oh, put your settings on this input, this dead zone input, change your colors to this, and put your color to this, and turn off vibration and put your sense on this. I'm like, guys, this is a little too much. Like, just
Well,
play what you're comfortable with. Because if you start overthinking, you're just gonna play bad.
that's exactly what I was just gonna lead into because we've all been there before, like, maybe
Mhm.
people listening too. Like, bro, you have your sense, like, your sensitivity, and you change it by 1 number, and now
Yeah.
you're getting smoked. You're like, "Dude, my sensitivity is the problem." You
Hmm.
change the opacity on your screen, you're like, "Dude, that's my problem now." It's like my opacity,
Yeah.
opacity,
The
whatever
two
it's
the
at,
two
like.
percent.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, that's why I'm getting wrecked right now,
Yeah.
And you just open up this whole can of worms that if you
Hmm.
never had it there in the first place, it wouldn't cause you a problem, It'd
Exactly.
be out of sight, out of mind,
Yeah.
you know?
Because
I mean, that's what the weapon tuning for me did. I would see that
yeah.
and I was thinking like, I mean, granted, we've fried this whole game without ever touching that stuff at all.
Hmm.
Um, but that was the thing that we were worried about. It's like, dude, now they're gonna open this up. People are gonna be like, dude, if my weapon, like my little dot that I can go move, it's here and it's not here. Like, dude,
Yeah.
that's the problem. That's why I'm getting wrecked with the Vaznev, you know?
Yeah. The complexity used to just be the sensitivity that you played at. And
Yeah,
like you're like,
right?
"Oh, I played on 6-6 and like I got fried." Okay, first game and then I go play the next game and I fry the next game. It's like,
Yeah,
"Okay, I don't know which one I like more." Then you go back to like your old sensitivity and now you're playing bad. So you're like, "Oh,
yeah.
wait, so I have to bump it up." But at the end of the day, it's all what you prefer. Like
Yeah,
you,
dude,
I
I
think
think the
people
whole
need to realize that instead of just copying everyone, because it's not a one size fits all.
true. Yeah, I think the only thing that you should probably get rid of when you're playing is, motion blur.
Yeah, I
I
agree
think
with
that's the
that.
one setting everybody
Yeah.
should get rid of. Because when I
Mhm,
see that, like, when people playing Call of Duty with motion blur on,
mhm,
I'm immediately like, first off, I have no idea how the hell you play Call of Duty like that, and I don't know why you would want to,
mhm.
you know?
Well, see, that's the other thing. Most people that have motion blur on, I will say, are just very casual players. Like they're the ones that just hop on every now and then, and they don't even know that's a setting.
Yeah,
So, and those are the people that are going like I don't know 2-15. It's like
right.
this game sucks, but they don't realize you can turn off that setting. Again, they're trying to make the game way more realistic and add all these settings when you don't need it. We don't need
Yeah,
that motion blur.
and dude, you go through, like I mean, like, when our friend, he was talking about the whole color correction stuff to help with visibility. Dude,
Mhm.
how would I ever know that? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you have to go test. You'd have to
Yeah,
do it
you have
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to do it yourself or you'd have to watch a video on this stuff. And especially too, like, you don't know what this stuff means. Like, why would you ever
Mhm.
go through that? There's so many settings and you have
Yeah.
to read all this stuff. And it's not like the language that they use is really intuitive,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know? It's
I
hard to understand it. You'd be like, dude, what?
yeah, especially if you're just an average COD player.
How
Like
would you
if
know
you're
what
not
dead zone is? How would you know what that
yeah.
is?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you just pick up the controller like on the weekends and play, you're not looking at that.
No,
Yeah, when our
no
friend
way.
was saying the color filters, I lost him when he was like, "There are 3 filters, go to" I'm like, "Nope, not even doing that."
But
That's
it's like we didn't even ask him though why he did that or like who
yeah.
he saw that did that because he had to have
Mhm.
watched it somewhere, you
Yeah.
know, that someone was like, "This is the best setup to help with
Mhm.
visibility."
Mhm.
Um, which again for me, it's like just fix the visibility in the game, and then you don't then you can get rid of that setting, you know?
Yeah. And then, it's like in MW2, you know, everybody changed like the colors of like enemies and stuff. They'll change it to like colorblind mode or whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
bright green and bright blue or whatever.
Hmm.
Like I've never touched any of that in COD ever.
Yeah, that I think has been that's got to be one of the longest like standby things because I remember that even in World at War that was a thing. You
Yeah.
could I'm pretty sure you could do that, but that
Mhm.
was it. It was just like colorblind on off.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
There's always been like a colorblind mode
But
where like it
I'm with you.
swaps the colors. Yeah.
I never use that though. I
I
just
because
stick with what it is.
default. Yeah. Because I always I want to be prepared every single time I'm ready to play. I can just hop on
Yeah.
and be like, wait, hold on, give me like 15 minutes so I can adjust every single setting to like your setup, whatever setup I'm playing on.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Uh,
this is way too much. I just want to. How come I can't just grab a controller, sit down, and play? And all my settings are the same, and the only thing I need to change is sense.
Well, that was one nice thing about the beta. I mean, not say like the only nice thing. It was one thing that I enjoyed is that all of our settings transferred over,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
I'd imagine it's because it's the sequel,
Yeah, it's the same
MW3.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was really nice. So I didn't have to go and sit down and be like, "All right, bro, can't play yet. I gotta go and
Yeah.
turn this off. I gotta go and adjust this." Okay. And then being like, "Yo, dude, I really don't recommend you have this on." Okay, what the hell is this? You know, and
Hmm.
they'd spend like 15 minutes, you know, messing around with their user interface to be able to try to navigate what am I trying to add
Yeah.
or get rid of here, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
It's so much. But MW3, like week and 2 of the beta so far though, Sledgehammer's they did a good job. Like
yeah.
regard like adding that stuff and they've been updating it quick. Um I don't know many well, no, let me rephrase that. It's been a while since developers made updates within 24 hours.
because we know
And
that one other developer.
yeah. But
He'll
again,
fix.
I'm going to say though that Sledgehammer kind of just took everything that Infinity Ward did wrong and made it the COD that it should have been.
Hmm.
Like adding the red dot sites or red
Yeah.
dots on the main map.
Hmm.
That's already been in COD. Um, I'm glad they added like the nameplates, but also again, that was always in COD. So I'm glad that they just added that.
Footsteps being like not
Normal.
Godzilla level,
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, I mean, again, they've gone back to the base level of what it should be.
Hmm.
Um, and overall, like something that I've been happy about, like you had alluded to earlier, is they've just been really quick at trying to come up with some of these fixes. You know,
Hmm.
like there from weekend one, there was a lot of things to come from it. Um, and people liked and disliked. And they made a lot of those changes, which was good. So the
Hmm.
overall game itself, I think, is a lot better from the first week to the second week. I will say though, the one thing that is really worrying me about this game, I say like worrying now, but I mean, boy, I hope that they fix it, is the spawns.
Hmm.
The spawns in this game are awful.
Yeah, they're very bad, and I agree with you on that. Um, I both you and I know that it's a beta. Spawns are gonna be bad, but spawns in this are very damn bad.
They're
uh,
extra bad.
yeah, they'll be fixed. Like I'm hopeful that they'll be fixed, that they'll adjust everything. But yeah, there are plenty of times for some reason. Like, oh, we were playing last night. Uh, Me, you, and our buddy, we were on one side of the map of high rise. We're getting kills. The rest of our team is with us. The three of us die, and we spawn on the enemy side. And now we're like looking at everyone's backs, and we're like, okay, free kills. But that should never happen.
Yeah. No, it should never happen. Then we would play favela domination, and
Hmm.
we're spawning like way far away from the flag,
Hmm.
which to me makes no sense. I mean, dude, you always spawn like 15 meters from it, if that, you
Yeah,
know. But we're like having to make a trek. We're like mid map, and it's like, okay, go to C. We're like, what?
yeah,
You know, it's like just very strange. Um,
yeah. Spawn
not
points are
into not intuitive at all.
yeah. Uh, yeah, favela. What you're talking about is on Dom. Like if you're spawning seaside, which is behind like the barber shop,
Hmm.
like you spawn next to the barber shop instead of like that patchy area or graveyard or whatever next to the
Yeah,
barber shop
yeah, you
where
spawn the
you can
streets.
yeah. So you have to go all the way around barber or through the barber
Hmm.
shop when if you're spawning on A, you spawn right next to the flag. You can see the
Yeah,
flag. That's
yeah.
already at a disadvantage. Like if you're playing a good team, they cap the flag while you're just getting to the flag.
Yeah. No, it was really weird. I remember we spawned up, we're like, "Dude, why are we here right now?" I mean, we're
Yeah.
closer to B.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, literally.
you know? Like, we were closer to B than we were to A, or than to
Hmm.
A or C, A, obviously. But it's just really strange. Um, I don't know if that I mean, great, domination was in the original MW2.
Hmm.
Um, something like Hardpoint, like, I guess the spawns for that, like, I give it to them because Hardpoint was not in the original one, so
Hmm.
you have to really think about the spawn system, but
Hmm.
some of this, I'm like, "Dude," I remember later on in the original MW2, they've had pretty decent spawns, they weren't
Hmm.
awful. When the game first came out, they were horrendous, but I don't know. I feel like spawns is something people just kind of overlook, or maybe they like these developers, they don't think about it as much as being like an
Hmm.
important thing.
Hmm.
I don't know because it's year after year after year we get these games that just the spawns are they make no sense.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I would say I'm not a developer, but I'd imagine that spawns for them just aren't a high priority like in the beginning, just because they know that they can go and fix them. Like in the end, they'd rather like focus on like the bigger picture stuff like weapon tuning, not weapon tuning from MW2, weapon nerfing and buffing, stuff like that.
Right.
Like big
Right.
stuff in the
Right.
game. Uh Spawns are just I don't know. I feel like they're always broken in every COD in the beginning. And they'll eventually get like tuned.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, most of the time, like especially in the recent years, they've been bad. This one is particularly bad.
Mhm.
And going from week 1 to week 2, I haven't noticed any
Yeah.
change at all in them. Like they're
Yeah.
still the same. They're still sketchy, and I'm like
Yeah.
questioning where I'm at.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's not much better. I am honestly like I'm a little worried about it. Just because they're in such a bad state that I mean, it's gonna have to be a big time makeover for them to come like when the game comes out, be
Mhm.
in I don't know, so much better shape.
Yeah.
Just we're
Eh
more intuitive.
yeah, and I don't think they're gonna fix it by the time it launches. They're probably gonna do it in, like, one big season 1 update, uh, but I have faith the spawns are gonna be fixed because again, at the end of the day, I know the spawns suck, but you and I are gonna learn them even if they suck, so it's
Yeah,
you know
that's
you know what I
true.
mean? Like, I don't think the average person, uh will spawn in and be like, "Wow, these like really suck." Unless you spawn in front of like an enemy or behind an enemy and you die right away. And yeah, that has happened, but I do want to reiterate like there's a difference between like bad spawns and being spawn trapped. If there
Yes.
is a spawn trap, that sucks. Like you just got to get out of it. Like you and your team suck that you got into a spawn trap. The team's just better than you. Um because I know a lot of people complained about the MW2 spawns, but you can spawn trap in MW2 like bad, like
Mhm.
very very bad. And I'm thinking like Embassy. If you're playing Embassy Control and you're defending, they all spawn the back like alleyway where like the AC is, and they won't spawn anywhere else.
Yeah.
And if you're
Uh,
stuck there, that's kind of your fault. You just didn't win your gunfights.
yeah, it's like a combination of things. You didn't win the gunfights. The team like that you're playing against, they know what they're doing and how to put you in
Yeah.
that position. Um, and then from times like there will be moments where the game does realize that the spawn trap is happening, and they
Hmm.
will spawn you, like give you parallel spawns, like to try to get you out of there.
Hmm.
Um, but most of the time, like when we're talking about spawns being good, it's more that they're intuitive. That I know where they're gonna spawn and it makes
Hmm.
sense. I will say though, like with the modes that we're playing, we're mainly playing what TDM, kill confirmed. Um, these
Hard point.
modes, well, that's the thing. So like TDM and kill confirmed, like hardpoint's kind of the different one. I would say it's the outlier where spawns need to be more. Um, they need to make more sense.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um, TDM and kill confirm can be kind of random, because there's
yeah,
no real objective.
yeah.
Um, so you will get those whack spawns. I mean,
Hmm.
I remember in Cold War, like, it was just pretty basic. It's like, you're on both sides. If a team pushes up, then they flip, and it's just
Hmm.
always that way. You
Yeah.
know, hard point where you have to manipulate spawns based around a hill. Um,
Hmm.
that's where there's a couple of times where we had it, and I was just like, dude, how am I spawning so far away when
Yeah.
we've got the hill and we're like people are spawning by the hill, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's just that's a learning curve we're gonna have to learn. I mean, like you said, hardpoint wasn't even in this game.
Yeah. No,
But the spawns in
exactly.
general for the beta, yeah, they've been bad. They're bad.
Yeah.
And also too, spawns are bad, but I think we're playing on maps that aren't the best for us to like learn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, dude, the spawns on favela or are horrendous. And
Yeah.
you can just get caught in favela. Like we came back in a hard point.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good comeback, but we had to like call out everything.
Dude, we were playing a ranked match basically,
Yeah, basically, yeah,
you know?
and we just did our best to try to figure out where enemies are spawning based on where we were.
Right.
But
But
again,
even yeah, even
that's
on
a
that
learn.
map, on that map though, it's like it's crazy. And that
Mhm.
map for sure, I would say, like undoubtedly, from the maps we've gotten in the beta, favelas, it's the worst.
Yeah,
You know, I don't like that map. Vote to skip that map every time.
yeah.
Um,
My
you know,
opinion hasn't changed from 2009.
no. I will say though, State for me plays a lot better
Mhm.
this time around because of the visibility with the nameplates. I just feel like
Mhm.
on Favela it doesn't help at all because that map is so bright.
Yeah, yeah,
And there's so much texture and color going on in there that it doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah. I still don't like Estate. I still think that map's trash. Like from weekend
Compare
one to now.
Compared to the other ones, I would agree. For me,
Yeah.
it's a little bit better, but it
Mhm.
stays in its, like, place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I'm skipping Favela and Estate every time when all the other maps come.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
and
would
I'm
too.
skipping him like regardless.
Yeah,
Like I just
yeah,
so this Estate doesn't play like Estate from the original MW2, and I like the State on that MW2. I
yeah.
hate
I
it.
don't know.
I hate
I
it in this game.
I don't know what it is about that map that just doesn't feel right.
It just feels too big, way too big.
Y-
And
Yeah,
I don't know, my play style just I don't know, it just again, it's early. So I'm probably jumping too early on it. I just can't figure it out. And every
I
time I
mean,
try to shoot someone, fucking like pebbles, dude. Like
dude,
so
playing
many
hard.
nooks and crannies on a state. I hate
Yeah,
it. If you play like that, I hate you.
yeah,
I hate you. I go to the big window, I'm getting shot from the fucking warehouse in front of me, the
yeah,
steps from halfway across the map. I'm like, yeah, no, there are plenty of times we were playing the state. I'm like, I'm gonna leave because this sucks. I
yeah.
can't see anyone. I'm just getting shot when I just run down the street.
Yeah, dude, I noticed that when I would go into the house there, and
Hmm.
I'd be playing by the window. I
Hmm.
mean, like, I think you mentioned it last time, you were like, "Dude, back in the day, like, I could hold that spot and kinda
Yeah,
play around there." Dude, I go
you
there and
can't.
it's a death sentence.
Yeah.
You get, like, immediately lasered from there. I'm like,
Hmm.
"How? Like, who's doing this to me?" You know?
Yeah, and it takes me a second to figure out like where am I actually getting shot from because I have no
Right,
idea.
right. Yeah. No, I got no idea. It's still like I said, for me, I felt at least from yesterday, maybe it was just I had a couple good games on there. It could have been.
Mhm.
Um, I felt like I could see a little bit better, but don't get it twisted, man. Like there was still moments on there where I'd just be running and I'm like, dude, from where? From where are
Yeah,
you hitting me?
yeah,
You know? And they're like in some like in that way back house, like that
hmm,
longer like area, whatever it is. And there's
yeah,
like a little window and they just got like a mean heady
yeah,
trying to kill me from there.
yeah. Like how am I gonna see that from the main window of the house?
Yeah. But now I will say though, to your point, that map does seem so much bigger. I mean, all the maps do. I don't think Favela feels much bigger. Seems
Yeah,
pretty well balanced. High
hmm,
Rise feels a touch bigger.
yeah.
Um,
Which they did mention that they're gonna expand the maps like a little bit, speed of the
yeah,
game, which totally makes sense.
yeah.
Um, but
But
yeah,
Estate though, no,
yeah,
dude.
it's
Estate
big.
feels. Well, I mean, playing Hardpoint, one of the hills. Which, by the way, are there 5 hills on that, or were there?
I
I couldn't remember.
I think it was 5 by
Yeah.
the what are they called? The like the electric boxes or whatever, electrical boxes.
Yeah, like that
Dude,
big generator, like,
yeah,
dude,
where you're
the
spawning, you're spawning 100 meters away.
I know. That's where when I saw that, I was like, "Get the hell out of here,
Yeah,
dude." Like, that's crazy.
yeah,
It's so far away. And,
money hill
yeah,
and a half.
yeah. Yeah, and then the next one isn't the next one, like, just over to the right
uh,
of it?
it's across from the boathouse, or it is in the boathouse.
That's where the next one is after that?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
which is
Yeah, I
still
mean,
like far away.
yeah, it's still up the hill.
Yeah, it's closer to where like you're spawning 100 meters away, but it
Yeah.
is far away.
Yeah, that map is just it's huge.
Yeah,
It
and
feels too
yeah,
big.
I think Sledgehammer again. It is a beta. They're not giving us like all our favorite maps, obviously, right? Because there wouldn't be a bunch of hype for when the game came out. Like
Mhm.
they gave us Rust, good map. Skid Row's probably the best map that they added, minus High Rise until they added that in later. Uh, and then then they added High Rise. Like I'd imagine most people they would rank it High Rise, Skid Row, Rust. Those are interchangeable, and then Favela and Estate are just at the bottom somewhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now, I agree. I mean, they're doing that on purpose.
mhm.
It wouldn't be as hype if they went and added in Terminal right off the bat,
Yeah, Terminal High
you know?
Rise.
Yeah, like, if they
Scrapyard,
just
add all the
yeah,
favorites.
I was gonna say, man, like, which map are you most excited to be playing when the game comes out?
Uh, it's a hard question. I don't know because, like, I mean, I do want to play Terminal again. I haven't played Terminal since 2009. Like,
Yeah.
I want to play that. Scrapyard's gonna be fun. Um, I don't know. Like, I am excited for all the maps. I kind of want to play like the maps that I like considered mid in MW2, and I wonder if they're like a lot better now just
Mhm.
because of the speed of the game. Like Karachi. Like
Yeah.
I thought that map was just whatever. Like I'd play that map over Favela or Estate like any day, but that was just like mid for me.
Or what about, what was that map, with the bridge? Was that, like, Downturn?
Underpass. Oh, downturn, downturn. No,
Is that
no.
what it was?
Downturn's MW3. Underpass.
Downturn I got the list pulled up here. I think you're right. Yes, you are right. Yep, Underpass. I'm looking forward to that map.
Yeah.
Um, the one that I'm really looking forward to, Rundown.
Mhm.
I cannot wait for that map. That was my favorite map in MW2 without a doubt.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm really, really excited to play that one.
Mhm.
Wasteland was great too. Wasteland was like great for farming nukes. Um,
Mhm.
but I can't remember if there's a chopper gunner in this game. I think there is.
I don't know. I don't think Wasteland's going to be as good for farming this year.
I don't think so. Well, dude, I'm worried about Wasteland because that map was big back in the
Yeah.
day. Bro, can you imagine that map now?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see with like all these maps. Again, we're getting all the original maps like right off the start. So,
Mhm.
um I'm just excited to play these maps again.
Yeah, me too.
I It's going to be like a trip down memory lane for a little bit.
Yeah,
And then when season 1 comes out, I think they're adding like other remastered maps too, and they're going to be releasing their own original maps. I just, I hope the original maps they bang every single time, like they're pretty good, you know?
mhm. Yeah, because I like the fact that they're doing remastered maps, of course. I mean, we've talked about it, it's great.
Mhm.
Um, but there is a big part of me that does want those new maps. Like, I do
Yeah.
want that new COD experience, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. I agree.
And if we just stick to having MW2 remaster maps, if they throw in some MW3, like, again, that's great. But I do want that new spin. Like, that's something that I look forward to, and that's what makes COD unique every year is there's new maps, there's new guns, all this stuff.
Mm,
Um, so I do hope that, like you said, those maps that they add in, like the original ones, I hope they're really good.
yeah. And I hope they bring some MW3 maps. Like I want Arcaden, I want Mission. Those are the maps that I thought about like instantly because in MW2 for me, like I like High Rise, obviously. I like Terminal. I like Scrapyard. Like the other maps are like all right in my opinion. Like I'll play them over like definitely a lot of other maps
Yeah,
in the last couple CODs, but I'm just excited to play like those three mainly, right? And at the end of the day, uh, that hasn't changed in the last couple of CODs because we've only been playing like a handful of maps anyways.
right.
So, oh wait, actually no, one map I am actually excited to try out and like see how it is Afghan.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay. I like that
I,
one.
I like that map a lot in the OG MW2, but I do want them to bring MW3 maps.
Yeah. Dude, MW3 maps, like, bro, I think those maps
There's a lot.
overall, like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Like, dude, hot take over here. I prefer MW3 maps over MW2 maps. I said it.
Yeah.
Like, the maps on there, like, dude, Village, Hard Hat,
Hmm.
Bootleg,
Yeah.
Resistance. Like you mentioned, Arkaden. Like,
Hmm.
come on, dude. I Those maps are so good. I
Yeah.
love those. And they had a lot to live up to from MW3 or
Hmm.
MW2 rather, and they did such a good job with it. All those maps, bang.
Yeah. There are definitely more MW3 maps that I like than MW2. Like for sure.
Yeah.
Again, like the ones that I like in MW2, like everyone likes them. Terminal, High Rise, Scrapyard.
Yeah.
Everyone likes those maps. And if you don't, you're probably just bad.
Yeah.
So, and you don't understand maps. um,
But, like
but yeah,
oh, and Mission too, bro.
yeah, Mission. Yeah, I love Mission. Love Mission as a
One of the
sub.
best maps ever. Oh my
Yeah.
god. As an
Mhm.
AR too, that map is insane.
Yeah, and I can't wait for them to release the rest of the MW2 maps because again, like going back, we were talking about how everyone's using the MCW, the ACR. I can't wait to try out the striker on like those other maps because I think the sub will play like really well on a lot of those maps.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll see. And I'm excited to play Control. I know a lot of people, especially in competitive, like we don't even talk about that, but
Mhm.
they hate Control. I can't wait to see how they implement Control in this because again, that's like my favorite game mode. Um, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Control too. I mean, we like Control as a game mode. I mean, we've been playing it so much in MW2.
Hmm.
Um, it's just gonna be a question of how much effort do they put into it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, do they really put some thought into the spawns, into the actual points, and just do these maps play well for
Hmm.
Control? I think, like from last year or MW2 rather, like some maps are better than others, and I think it's going to be
Yeah.
the same thing. Nothing will live up to Black Ops 4, where that game was Control was built around that game.
Hmm.
Um, I think every subsequent COD after that didn't do that because they just didn't have Control in mind. It was the afterthought.
Exactly. Yeah. And same with Hardpoint. Like you can't just take original maps and just expect it to work with every game mode.
Yeah.
Like what we know that, but Hardpoint, I don't know. I don't know. Not a developer, coder, whatever. But at least with Hardpoint, if you're working with someone, aka like a pro player that understands like where points should probably be, I'd hope you can just like drop like okay, a point should go here, and then go there, and then go here, and there's only five of
But
them. So
sometimes they don't do that, bro.
they don't, yeah. Or they, with control, if it is like that, like all right, A's here and B's here. That's it. Like,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, just make life easy. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they need some input from the professionals on how to make Control for some of these maps, how to make it
Mhm,
viable. Because sometimes
mhm,
like it just doesn't make any sense. Um, I think on this game, just because these maps are overall like they're better quality, I think than
mhm.
some of the maps we've gotten in recent years. Um, that it'll work out a bit better. But like we
Just
know,
because the
dude, you
maps are
can
good.
exactly. Just
Yeah.
because the maps are good and they make more sense,
Mhm,
um, I think it can be more of a viable game mode for this. Um, but people always want capture the flag to come back, some iteration of that game mode,
mhm.
which I'm not opposed to. I
Yeah.
love capture the flag. It's an OG mode. I think it's one of the best, and you can't screw capture the flag up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't.
I think that's
I
why people like it so much.
Yeah, a lot of the pro players, they won't capture the flag because they hate control, which
Yeah,
because control at the end of the day for them, it's like a TDM. Like it's a lot of the strategy is to get as many kills as you can and not like go all four down or something.
yeah,
Like so I get why for them it's not a good competitive mode, but you know, for pubs it's great.
right.
It's great for
So
pubs.
yeah, so I mean, we don't have it yet.
Mhm,
I mean, we're probably just gonna have to wait, obviously, until the full
mhm,
game comes out, and then see if it's in there.
mhm.
Um,
I would love to see them bring back demolition
yes,
because I played not a lot of demolition in MW2, but I played a ton of demolition in MW3.
same.
And MW3 demolition, those games like went on like they could easily go on for like an hour because planting bomb, defusing bomb, planting bomb, defusing bomb, like you have to explode both points.
Yeah, yeah,
And it
you can
takes
milk. Game.
forever.
Yeah, you can milk that game mode. Like I remember some insane games of demolition on Dome.
Hmm.
Like
Oh, they take
it's
forever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like those were if you wanted to get the 100 kill games, that's what you did. You're
Yeah.
like, we'll go into a demolition and just go crazy.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, definitely like a forgotten game mode.
Hmm.
Um, and there's a lot of high stakes to it.
Yeah.
Like But the thing is, for competitive, they'd have to put a time limit on it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they used to play Demolition in MW2.
Yeah.
They used to play Demolition, and I think they did play Headquarters. I was never a big Headquarters person, uh, which I don't know. I just never got into it really. But I thought those game modes would work for competitive. I think it'd be more fun for the pro players than Control.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I hope they do add both of those game modes though, for us to try out.
I do too, but we're gonna have to just wait and see until we get the full game.
Yeah,
It'll be coming out soon,
yeah. And
you know?
speaking of game modes too, we played Search. They added like their own
Mhm.
Search and Destroy playlist, and I'm not surprised about this at all. But Search feels really good on
Yes.
this game.
Mhm.
We played on High Rise. It feels basically the same as Search and MW2. Again, just a little bit faster.
I was really, I was proud of myself that I didn't get sniped cross map through the windows.
Oh
That was
yeah,
one thing I
yeah.
was happy
I
about.
tried doing it. I got a hit marker.
Yeah.
A lot of people like don't go to there anymore because they know.
That's a dude, that's an if you know, you know.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some new people that don't even think about that, but bro,
Mhm.
like every time I'd go there, I'd crouch, move to the left just a little
Oh
bit.
yeah. I dolphin
I'm
dive
like,
through the window, break through. I'm like,
yeah.
you're not getting me.
I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna let this happen to me in the beta. There's no way
Yeah,
some guy's gonna trick shot me like that. Get
yeah.
like the 3 on headshot with me.
Mhm.
No way.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, we played one game of Search. We cleaned house. We won that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it feels good. It's no surprise.
Yeah.
Um, Again, like with them, like especially on that map too, it felt good because it's a bigger map, so it's fun for Search and with the speed.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. I mean, dude, again, there's some people who are playing this beta though, bro, who I have no idea what planet they're on. There were
They
some
don't know what Search
kills,
is.
dude. I mean, bro, you remember one of those rounds that guy he was in that 1v1 and he just fell off the map?
Yeah.
Like he fell down to like the little like window cleaning like
Yeah.
platform, whatever, and they jump back up. I mean, dude,
Mhm. He could have
doesn't
finessed
matter.
if he fell down and just
I
pre-aimed,
know
could have gotten the kill. Could have.
he could have done something, dude.
That's
But
a
it,
that's a smart play from like a lot of people that played back in the day. They would hop in there obviously and listen for footsteps and then hop back up and then
yeah,
kill them from behind.
yeah, and I think that
Yeah.
ledge. I don't know how far it goes. If it goes around like the map to the outside part, I can't
Mhm.
remember, or if it's
You
just like a little bit that ledge is there.
I think it's the opposite side. What you're
Yeah,
thinking of there, because there is like another one on the other
yeah,
side, like by the tanker or whatever.
right.
Um, but yeah, no, search feels good. Again, not surprised about that. I can't wait to play search on like scrapyard. That's gonna be a fun search map.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. Search on Afghan's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. Yeah,
That's what I'm really excited for.
yeah. And they added the. We didn't get to play the new game mode Cutthroat, which I
No,
do want to play because it's search and
we can play it
destroy, but
tonight.
yeah, we could. It's it's search and destroy, but 3v3v3. So you got three teams,
Yeah,
which
I like
that's
that,
that's fun. It's just another element added in.
dude. If we're with our buddy there, our
Mhm.
3v3, bro, we're piecing.
Yeah,
We ain't
just
losing.
just run together.
Yeah, yeah. No, it'd be really good. Yeah, so we'll probably give it a shot tonight. Why not? Um,
Yeah, and I'm glad that they introduced that game mode. I know it's nothing crazy, but I like when developers try they try something new because
yeah,
that
and they
that
don't.
concept isn't crazy.
No,
You
it's
know.
not, and they don't bank on it like what Vanguard did with the Champ Hill, like,
Hmm.
make a big deal about it,
Hmm.
and then they don't do anything to it. I like how it's just a little thing, to throw it in there like, "Hey, it's a cool mode that we added, just a little variation on search and destroy, take it or
Hmm.
leave it," you know? But from the sound of it, it's great, you
Hmm.
know?
Yeah, and yeah, Vanguard just dropped the ball on that.
Yeah,
That
bro.
that
That could have
Champion
been
Hill was
something.
fun. Yeah, it was fun.
It could have been something,
It
dude.
could have been. Yeah, but yeah, well, we'll try out Cutthroat. I think that's just a fun little new mode that they added.
Yeah.
I hope they add like 2v2s, 3v3s again.
I think
That'd be
they will.
nice. Add Erosion, A Ground from the OG. That'd be
Dude, don't
great.
talk to me like that, bro.
I
Don't
want
be
that.
getting me hyped up. Man. Yeah, if you never played that back in the day, I mean, on MW3, that was so good. That was one of
Hmm.
the best times.
Yeah, those 2v2 S&D, 3v3 S&Ds, those so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and the kill conf I remember kill confirm was in there too, you
Mhm.
could do.
Yeah,
That was whatever. The
yeah,
search and destroy was where it was at, the little
yeah.
small tourneys on those maps.
There's Dom too.
Yeah. Bro, put
Mhm.
people in a blender on domination.
Yeah. See, I if they do that and add like the small maps, like Rust, Scrapyard, Skid Row, that'd be great.
Mhm. Yeah.
2v2s, 3v3s, that'd
Yeah.
be a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, they can make a whole playlist around it, like,
Mhm.
because those maps are viable for that. They're small enough, you know? It could
Yeah,
totally work.
yeah,
You know, and
but
again, like, I'm hoping, like, closing out on it, like, so far, like, with this week, the biggest thing that I got from it, like, the game itself has gotten a little bit better regarding stuff that they've done, but mainly it's the quality of life because of them listening.
yeah,
You
I would
know,
agree.
that's the big sign that I've taken away from this, and I would say most people have too, is that they've
Mhm.
just been listening to what the community wants. Um, and like we just mentioned there, I hope that anything else that people have suggestions about or the community is asking for, that they can do that. That's not a difficult thing for them to do. You know,
Yeah,
2v2 S&D, 3v3 S&D, small map playlist, and you're good. And that would be a
yeah.
bunch of fun.
Mhm. I definitely agree. Sledgehammer, you're doing the right thing by listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep on listening.
Right, we're getting a good COD this year, boys.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% sure, like, we're back. COD's
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
I'm
I
confident
am
COD's
too.
back. Because a lot of people, they were doubters. I understand why. There's still always gonna be haters, but COD is back.
Yeah, we've had a bad couple, past few years, but this year we're finally back to where we should be.
Mhm.
Um, so let's just hope they don't drop the ball, you know?
Yeah, dude. Game comes out, we're removing red dots, actually,
Like, no.
we're gonna bump the sound of footsteps, we're moving dead silence to a
Our new
field
dog
upgrade.
model is that it's like, "No, we don't
Yeah.
care about the graphics, we care
Yeah, we don't
we're
care.
good."
Yeah. But yeah, this is the end of weekend 2 of the beta, so now we just wait
Yeah, that's
till
it.
the game comes out.
Yeah.
Uh and hopefully we get the 1 week early release of the campaign. So, for people that do play the campaign, we can just bang it out before the multiplayer comes out. Um yeah. And zombies too, dude. Like we haven't really like heard anything about that. So I wonder if we're
No.
gonna get that at launch, like when the game comes out or something.
I like the mystique around it.
Yeah. And I have been hearing like a lot of stuff where like people don't like how zombies is right now, like this open world, because it's not round based. Look, I get that. I'm just open that they're trying something new only because Treyarch's working on it.
Right.
Um, we can edit here with this, but I think Courage was saying it. He had like this theory, right? Which now that I think about it, like it makes sense. He's like, no other developer can make zombies like Treyarch, right? Like they can't make the storyline as good as Treyarch. And from the track record of Activision, they want to take anything that's successful from any developer and add it into like the current developer. So, Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward, they've tried variations of zombies and it hasn't really worked. Treyarch does zombies the best. Courage was saying he has a theory that there is no round based because Treyarch's like, look, if you want us to help and put resources towards your zombies, we are not doing round based because that's ours. We'll help you and develop your own type of zombies and help with the story, but round based, that's ours. And we're gonna put out the best round based zombies and like story when like their COD comes out.
That's not a crazy theory.
No, not at all. I'm like, dude, that makes sense. Like Treyarch just holding that leverage over them. Like, look, we'll help you guys, but you're not touching what we own.
Yeah, I could totally see that now that he mentions it. Like that does
Mhm.
make sense because I mean, they're the kings of it, you know.
Yeah,
They started zombies,
yeah,
you know. Um, so it wouldn't surprise me. Like I wonder if there's no way there's something attached to that, that's their IP that they own.
Mm.
It's like round-based zombies.
I mean,
Um,
I have no idea. I mean, like
I don't
maybe
know,
the
because it
dude, you'd be
used to be.
surprised. You can own a lot of random stuff.
No, I know that's what I'm saying though, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but the thing is it used to be Nazi zombies,
Yeah, not
and
yeah.
now they got away from the Nazis, and now
Yeah.
it's not that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, um, so now it's like I don't know. They just own like the round-based zombies IP.
Yeah.
So you can't touch that stuff.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but that's a
Mm.
decent theory. Would not surprise me.
Yeah. Cuz I think not being part of the zombies community, like the hardcore zombies community, we think
Yep.
of it as like, damn, why are the other developers not doing round based again? Because that's what we were thinking. What was the last zombies? Oh, Vanguard. Like we didn't even play it. Like we were like, why are they doing this? They have the OG characters, but they're not doing it.
Right.
And we always blame them, but we never not blaming Treyarch because if they are doing this, I completely understand why.
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
we
Right.
do it best, so no one
Mhm.
else is touching it. I never looked at the other side of like Treyarch saying you can't do this
Right.
because we're the best at it. So you got to do something else.
Yeah. No, it's a fair point. I mean, I don't know. It would make sense. It would be unfortunate. In the sense that if they do make this and say it does just suck, again, for us, like, it's not the end of the world. I mean, we're
Mm-hmm.
excited, of course, for zombies. We always wanted like a well-rounded game in every aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
But to think of the people who are big time zombies people, and they're like that would blow for them. They're like, dude, like
Yeah.
our whole community is just based around now this COD cycle with a revolving door of developers. Their
Mm-hmm.
whole life revolves around when Treyarch makes the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every other
Yeah.
one, they're just like, "Ah, forget about it. Who's making
Mm-hmm.
it? Whatever,"
Yeah.
because it's not gonna be good.
Yeah. That that does suck like a lot. But again, I'm optimistic about zombies just because Treyarch they have some play in it.
Yeah, I am too still.
I
Like you
don't think
said,
they'll
they
like half-ass it.
no.
This is probably like if they're helping, like this is a fresh start. It's like okay, we know how to do round based. How can we do like an open world
Right.
zombies? Like what? Let's try to like test run this. And if it's bad, it's on the other developer. Like we're just helping.
It's not yeah, they're like, "It's not our fault. We tried. We tried,
Yeah,
guys,"
like we're already like working on the next COD and zombies for that. Like you're just pulling resources from
They're
us.
like, "Hey, just wait till the next one comes out for us, guys. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it."
yeah. Well, a lot of people are saying that the next COD after MW3 is gonna bang because it's a Treyarch. They
Yeah.
had a full, they had a real full like 2 year cycle to work on this COD. Because for people that don't know, like Treyarch, when Black Ops 4 came out, right? We talked about they had no campaign because Treyarch didn't have enough time to create a campaign because they had to go and help out Infinity. Was it Infinity Ward? I think it was Infinity Ward.
For which game?
MW19. Do you remember
Yeah.
rumors were flying where MW19 wasn't gonna launch?
Come out? Yeah.
Yeah, and Treyarch had to go and help them.
Yeah.
I feel like since MW19, Treyarch has had to go help. Like, wait, what? Wait,
Every
no,
developer.
I fucked it all up. It was Cold War. Cold
Oh,
War
yeah.
almost
No,
didn't
yeah,
come out. Yeah,
yeah. No, you're right.
because Treyarch had to go and
That's the one
help out
thing.
the other developers.
Right. Delayed their own game.
Yeah, exactly. So now
And
the
it's
next
still the
COD,
best one.
exactly, and they had they had less time to do it.
Yeah.
So if they have the full 2 years to work on this new COD and zombies, that game has to be amazing.
Yeah.
It's going to go from a really good MW3 game to like another amazing Call of Duty. So I'm
Like
gonna
we
lay it
said, bro,
there.
we're
Treyarch,
ended it on this.
yeah,
If that's true and like what we're already having here, man, I think the standard of CODs is gonna be like this for the next couple years. It's just gonna be a straight
yeah,
upward trajectory,
yeah.
you know?
We already said it. I'm gonna say this. This MW3 potential top 5 Call of Duty.
Very true. It has it.
It has the potential to be top 5 because they already fixed everything in MW2, and we did say that about MW2, but Infinity Ward didn't listen.
Yeah.
So this is
Cue the haters.
top 5 exactly. Oh, actually, one more thing. Want to close out on Activision finalized a deal with Microsoft.
Yes.
So Microsoft now owns Activision.
Yep.
They
So
own everything.
I'm ready for them to be knocking on my door any minute.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna take everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's wild. It's one of the biggest moves in gaming history.
Yeah.
That just kind of like, we were like, "Oh yeah, this happened." I'm like, "Oh my god." Yeah,
Yeah.
the amount of IPs that they now own is
Mm.
unfathomable.
And this is the last going into 2024. It's the last year with Sony, the Call of Duty deal that they had since
Mhm.
since going back to Black Ops 3. That's when COD like signed with Sony and we got like early
Yeah.
releases. So that sucks. Now it's
Yeah.
all under Microsoft, but Microsoft has already said like COD's going to be open to everyone. Like we're not going to make it exclusive, which makes sense. It'd be dumb for
Thank
them to,
God.
yeah. But I wonder if they're going to do early access just for Xbox, which I'd assume they're going to do that just because they own it now, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I would
Um,
say they are.
but either way, like I'm not going to get an Xbox just for early access.
I refuse.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I'm not a
But
sellout.
we're going to stay on PlayStation, and whenever time comes, we move to PC, and they don't get early access either, so it doesn't
Doesn't matter.
matter.
Yeah. But we're gonna have a better performance on the game, so screw you, Xbox.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But otherwise though, man, I think we're good to go, bro.
Yeah, we are good. We covered a lot of MW2. I know we went off with like a bunch of stuff, but overall, like
MW3.
MW3. Yeah, sorry. So I said MW2 because that's what
It's
MW2 should have
basically, yeah.
been. But yeah, guys, let us know what you thought of the beta, because by the time you guys listen, week 2's over for you guys too. So
Yeah.
let us know what you're most excited about, and also let us know what you're worried about, because I'm curious to hear that.
There's a lot of things to be worried about,
Yeah, but we won't think about that.
No.
Yeah.
Again, we're positive. We're always half glass full people over here.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know that.
exactly. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. This has been episode 140 of the COD Casuals. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're posting episodes every Monday at 8 a.m. on YouTube. We're also on TikTok, Instagram, all that jazz for reels, shorts, clips. If you want to listen to the whole thing, go over there. We're getting like a lot of engagement, so really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Go to anchor.fm/the COD Casuals for all streaming platforms. Make sure to go on the poll on Spotify too, because we're putting out polls and questions, and to the people that are engaging on that, we appreciate it. And I'm publishing the answers there. So now if you guys go in Spotify, you can actually see your name there, which I think is pretty cool to highlight your answer. But yeah, I think that's it, dude, right?
I think that's it, brother.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening. This has been episode 140 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.